Alright, I'm going to assume this is recording. Let me pick it up and take a look at it real quick. Are you recording? Yes, I believe you are. Alright, give me just a second. I'm working out this new equipment I've got here. Trying not to dump my phone again like I did a minute ago. Good thing I've got a tough phone. Alright. Alright, so can you see my hands? Alright. This is what I'm doing. I am candling eggs to put in a homemade incubator that I just created. Normally I would not make an incubator out of a Sterilite tub, but I got it wrapped in towels the best I can at the moment. I've got a lamp in there, and I've got my chicken thermometer in there, which tells you the temperature and humidity both. So I've got a bucket, a 5-gallon bucket, like a quarter of the way full of eggs. I don't know how many are in there. I'm gonna guess there's probably, I don't know, I've already gone through about 6 of them, and there's still a full bucket. There's still the same amount there was. I'm gonna assume there's probably 3 dozen eggs, 4 dozen eggs in there. Anyway, I'm candling them because they are supposedly fertile eggs, and they were given to us, and we get these every once in a while. The last batch we had, we didn't wind up eating them before they went bad. And I mean bad, like stinky bad. And what I used to do was I used to cut them in half when I got them, put half of them in my incubator and the other half in the fridge. And I haven't been running my incubator since it burned out on me about a year ago. I didn't run it last year at all. The year before, I hatched out like 60 different birds, including some ducks. And anyway, that being the case, I've got a whole bunch of eggs, and when I go shut this video down, I will show how many eggs are in this bucket. But I've got a whole bunch of eggs, and they're fertile, and I'm going to see if I can get them to start growing. The worst thing can happen is that they stay warm for a few days, which is no worse than them being outside before you go pick them up and eat them. There's a way to tell if they're bad and inedible, is if they float to the top of a bowl of water. So if your egg does not sink, then it is a bad egg, and it will float. It'll come right up to the top of the water and float. So, and this is an old method. People have been using it for probably 1,000 years, I'm gonna guess, at least. And that's standard old country method to like check your eggs to see if they're any good. Anyway, I'm not trying to blind everybody with this. This is my headlight flashlight, and I've got my phone. I bought a tripod. It's got a little Bluetooth. I don't know if you can see it. It's got a little Bluetooth remote to it. So that's how I got it to record. And I'm using my headlamp to candle the eggs because it's got a perfect seat for them. This is a Coast headlamp, like about 60 bucks at Walmart. I use it all the time because of my vision, but I got 5 batteries for them. I've been through 3 of them. They've got a warranty on them. That's awesome. I paid like 60 bucks for it at Walmart, and a couple years ago. This is my 3rd one I'm on, and they replaced them and the batteries every time they screw up, so it was well worth the 60 bucks. Because I use it every day, all day long pretty much. I wear it on my head constantly. Helps me with my vision. Now, I have impaired vision at the moment. I'm working on fixing that. Alright. Let's see if we can get some eggs candled here. Candling eggs is basically taking an egg from the bucket, from a fertile chicken, and putting it on the flashlight. And this flashlight happens to be perfectly shaped for this. And so you can see light coming through the egg. I don't want to bump it. I'm in the dark in the bathroom. I'm using the toilet and the footstool to do this because it's best to do this in a very dark room. But what you're looking for inside these eggs is any kind of growth, from a small dark spot to veins to a larger dark spot and veins. Right now these are in the stage of they're probably fertile, but they got nothing inside them. So far, out of what I've picked up, I've done about, I don't know, 6 of them, I would say, 6 or 8 so far. I'm going to look at this one real close for a second here. Now this one, I might be seeing stuff. This is the first darker egg I've seen. I actually think this one may have a bird growing in it. I don't know if you can see, but it's slightly dark inside. I don't know, am I in the right spot for you to see it? It's slightly dark inside. There's a darker area in it compared to another egg. Let me see if I can find another one. Give me just a second here and look at this one while I got it in my hand. Before I think I'm going to go ahead and put this one straight in the incubator because I'm seeing something going on in it. When they're like this, and they've got dark areas in them, generally that means there's a baby bird in the process of growing. And I can't quite tell if it's moving. It's hard to say. My vision ain't what it used to be, let's put it that way. But I think it might be moving around. Yeah, I think I need to put this baby in the incubator. Might quicken in a hurry. I do believe this egg right here might have a chickie in it. Anyway, I'm going to carefully get up here for a minute and reach into my incubator box and sit this egg down inside of it. Now usually I will mark the eggs that have something in them with a Sharpie marker, and I'll keep track of their progress as time goes on in a book. But I don't have a book to use right now, and I don't have a Sharpie marker. So what I'm doing temporarily is I'm going to put the ones that look super fertile on one side and the ones that don't seem to be growing anything yet on the other side. So that's basically what I'm going to do. Let me take a look at another egg. This one. do not see any dark things going on in. See, this is more of a glow. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to get it in the spot where it's in the camera. See how it's glowing all the way through? Where the other one had a dark area in it. Alright. Anyway, I don't think that one's got anything in it as of yet. That does not mean that after a week of sitting in the incubator that it might not have something in it. Because you can actually take eggs away from a chicken and start the hatch up to 2 weeks later. Now, you will have some per capita loss. You don't wind up with a full, like, not every single egg will hatch at that point, but you still will get hatchable eggs. Sometimes you can even go to like a grocery store where it says organic eggs and buy a thing of eggs and hatch out the birds. But they have to be like fertile, farm raised, like local organic eggs or something. You know, you want to go to like a farmer's market or a health food grocery store or something like that. And then you can possibly get something like fertile eggs. Most of the time, your regular box eggs are not going to be fertile because there are no roosters. You've got to have roosters. Roosters are a necessity. Don't see any major growies in here at the moment. But there's another one. Doing another, sorry. The video is probably pretty boring to watch. So I better keep talking. And there's another pretty much clear, glowy egg. I'm gonna put that one in this bucket here. I've got a butter bucket down here somewhere. I don't want to drop it on the floor. So, I don't know if I'll sit here and candle all these eggs on camera, because that's a lot of just sitting here and chit-chatting. But, I'll see if I can find at least a couple more that have some growth in them to show you. Not so much on this one. I'm going to run out of space in the butter bucket here in a minute. I literally have a 5-gallon bucket of eggs sitting next to me. They're not full, but it's got a lot of eggs in it, let's put it that way. Don't see any growies yet. I'm not seeing anything yet, and a lot of these may not even have been fertilized. I mean, these are coming from a set of yard birds that are mixed, and you know, most of the time they get fertilized. But when I had these batches before, I'd put like 30 eggs in it, and I'd get like 15 to 25 chicks at a time, or hatches. And they would hatch, some of them within a week or two because they were already started, and some of them would take the full month. I think it's 28 days, 26 to 28 days, I believe is what it is. I have to recheck it, but the ducks are 31, I believe, and the chickens are 28. I believe that's right. I'd have to get back with you. It's been 2 years since I've done this. But, let's put another one on here. Let's get another egg. Glowy egg. Can you even see the egg on the camera? That's my question. Like, I'm not sure where the camera is looking at the egg. guess you can see it. Trying to get the best angle I can without losing my little remote. It's up here. Be bopping around on the back of the, the toilet there. Okay. Okay, you can see it. You glowy egg, but I don't see anything in this egg. I mean, not specifically. And it doesn't mean that it isn't fertile. It's just hasn't started growing yet. They go through stages, so it'll be like a little black dot, and then a little black dot will spread out veins. And you can sometimes see the veins, sometimes you can't. Depends upon how thick the eggshell is. If the eggshell is pretty thick, sometimes you'll have a hard time seeing the veins until much later in the development. I know my channel's quite a mix of things between my poetry, my politics, my meditation stuff, my music, and simple farm living. and animals and critters. I have a video of the garden to go up too. I have to put into one video with some photos. We got our first cucumbers and green beans the other day. We've got yellow squash growing that are about the size of these eggs. And we have okra growing. We've got turnips. We've got, let's see, white potatoes and yams. Or sweet potatoes. Onions, tomatoes. Cucumbers. Bell peppers. Peas and green beans. I'm trying to remember what else. But we have a whole bunch of veggies, and the garden's pretty nice. It's looking really good this year. We've had a couple of years where the garden was kind of poor. We didn't have the appropriate way to keep the weeds out. Now we've got a really decent tiller, and it's got some ability to go in between the rows. You space the rows wide enough. Nothing in that one. Or, well, nothing visible in that one, let's put it that way. He spaced the rows apart so that you can get in between it with the tiller. Ooh. Eggs are tough. Eggs are tough. They're tougher than you think they are. Nothing major in that one at the moment. As I said, yet. Anyway, so we got a garden going. But earlier today I put up a video of Scarlet, our hedgehog. And boy, oh boy, did she ruin my clothes today. I had nice, clean, fresh clothes on. A man comes in, hands me Scarlet. He's going to clean her cage. I'm like, he says, babysit. I'm like, okay. And I decided to take a video of her. I'm like, what is video of her? She peed and pooed on me. She did. She peed on my t-shirt that I was wearing. It was a Salty Cracker t-shirt. Just got it. Through my tank top. Through the top of my pants. And it kind of like went down into the top of my underwear. And I was like, you know what? I gotta change everything except my bra. Because I'm totally soaked in hedgehog pee. Like, that's just awesome. So my Salty Cracker shirt's now waiting to go into the wash. I've only had it for like 2 days. If you don't know who Salty Cracker is, you should check out his channel. Oh, I see something. What am I seeing? I'm seeing a dark area. I'm seeing a darker area. I think there might be a chickie in there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a darker area in this egg. It's not as big as the other one, but it is a darker area. I'm gonna put this one up here for a minute. Just give me 1 second. I'll put this one in the incubator next to the other one. It's not extremely warm in here. I may have to get a bigger bulb. I have a fluorescent bulb in there, but it gets really hot usually. But it's not hot enough, it doesn't seem. I'm gonna have to get a regular house bulb. Regular light bulb might be the thing. Because I put the light in there about 2 hours ago, and I checked the temperature at about 45 minutes or so. When I did, it had gone from 79 to 81, which is not enough. It needs to be up in the 99 range. I'm looking. I don't see anything. I thought I did for a second there, but it wasn't what I thought it was. I'm making a dent in the bucket. I can see the bottom of the bucket in one spot. Okay, I'm about full on this butter bucket here. I'm gonna steal the dog's food dish. I'm stealing the dog's food dish. I need something else to put eggs in. And I think I'll put this one in there because that's kind of hanging out the top. Alright, there's one container of eggs gone through. There's probably 1.5 dozen in there that I've already done. There's probably 2 dozen left in the bottom of the bucket. That would be my guess. Alright. No major signs at the moment. So anyway, what was I saying earlier? Okay. So we grow in a garden, and I just bought a 10-rack food dehydrator on Amazon. Oh, it was on sale. I was like, oh yeah. It was originally $230 and was marked down to $149. And I was like, I can't let that go by. Because the reason I hadn't bought one yet was because they were $239, which, if you finish with taxes, like paying $250 for the thing. And I was like, I can't do that. Not right now. Oop, there's something going on in this one. So it seems. I don't know if you can tell that this one is not as glowy. I don't know if you can see it. That's the problem. This egg is not as glowy as the other ones. It's definitely got something going on in it. Unlike some of its compatriots. It's comrades. This egg is comrades. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I think this one's got some growly going on in it. I better put them in there and get them warm. I don't know if it'll matter if they're this far grown and then they don't get, and they've been in cold, that a lot of times will stop their growth. So That's why I'm putting these guys in the corner. Get in the corner. Because I don't know what the results are going to be of it. So I figured I'd put these guys on one side and then put the other ones on the other side. When I get done, I'll have some idea of which ones are which. I have to get a drink. If you want a good water bottle, these are not, I'm not advertising when I'm talking about the flashlight or the selfie stick or these other things that I bought, because I'm not telling you what their companies are, but there's a company called Contico. I don't know if you can see this thing. Maybe if I put it on top of the light. But it's a water jug, and you can turn this thing upside down, shake it around. It's got a flip-top lid to cover the mouthpiece, but even with the flip-top lid up, it still doesn't leak. And so, I have a coffee cup by them, and a mug. I'm quite fond of both of them. Okay. I want to see, sometimes I want to say something moving in this one, you know? Like the other one, when you stick the light to them a lot of times, they'll start to move around because you stuck the light on them. I almost want to say that this one might also be a grower. Is it a grower or a shower? I think it's a grower. It'll show me later. In the corner with you. No, there's not going to be any warmth in here by the time I finish putting all these eggs in this thing. I'm letting all the heat out. Okay. So interesting things are afoot in this world, other than eggs. But I don't want to scare off people who just came here to look at eggs. So I'm not sure I want to talk about them on here. I also don't want to get deplatformed, if you know what I mean. You gotta be so careful these days. They raise you up to knock you down. Ooh. That's really dark. And I believe it's moving. Can you see? That's a pretty dark egg. I don't know if you can see it. That's the problem. I'm not sure where the best spot is in the camera. I'm having a little bit of difficulty with the camera, like seeing. But pretty sure that this has got some. Of course, my vision sucks, so I can be possibly wrong. But I'm pretty sure that this is something not like these other ones did. I'm going to put it in there with them in the corner. I'm probably going to move those over into the area where the light's at. A little bit here. Okay. Anyway, well, I've got quite a few more eggs to go. But let's see. 1, 2, 4. 21 or so. Probably 2 dozen of them, give or take. And I've already done probably two dozen of them. Now I'm considering buying a new incubator. My current incubator, unless I can get it running tomorrow when I go out and get it out of the shed. My current incubator, I think fried. It got wet. It was in a roll-around toolbox kind of thing, and it got leaked on. And I think it fried something. I don't know if it really fried something or if it just, because I didn't check it right away, like to go back and use it for a couple months. So I mean, it could have gotten wet and it could have gotten corrosion. I mean, I just don't know. So if I find it tomorrow, I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna check it for corrosion. See if there's corrosion in the switch or in the wiring or anywhere around the element. Another, not sure, but I don't think it's got anything in it. Egg. I'm not seeing anything specifically. At least not dark areas like the ones I already put in there. Turning, 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 turning. Somebody squeaked a puppy. The dogs, they mess with each other and nip at each other and stuff all the time. So you'll hear a squeak like that. And yeah, and then there'll be a fight. The three of them will fight with each other. The daddy dog and the two adult sons that are half his size. They're Xolo Squeakley, Xolos, Mexican hairless dogs. Oh, there's another with a big dark area.